Good morning, friends. And with a very vigorous welcoming chime, I join in to say welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of the Emerald Coast. I'm the Reverend Ruth Van Lillian. My pronouns are she, her. I offer a special welcome to first-time visitors. We're so glad you found us and made your way to join us on this beautiful Sunday morning. You are in the company of the curious, the questioning, the hopeful. We are a band of faith explorers, each searching for meaning, none forcing their beliefs on others, and all learning from one another's discoveries. Today is National Trans Day of Visibility. Across the country, Unitarian Universalists are welcoming and celebrating transgender folk. Whether you are trans or an ally of trans folk, you are welcome and celebrated here today and every day. We are so glad to be part of your journey. Every Sunday morning, we engage in the practice of lifting up what is worthy and sacred in our lives. Today, we welcome all ages in our multi-generational service. May we all find spiritual refreshment and restoration in the service today.
Good morning. I'm Holly Lohmeller, Director of Religious Exploration. Sorry, I'm the new girl, so doing things out of order. I'm your service leader this morning for the very first time. As listed in your order of service and sent in the e-news every Friday, please take a look at the announcements. After the service, we will have an Easter egg hunt and refreshments. Please plan to stay and greet our new members who will be joining us today. There will be no second hour. Additionally, don't forget that this Friday, dinner, TV theater at 6 p.m. hosted by Lauren Boyer. The prelude prepares us for the service. Lorelei and Shua, please come for the chalice reading and lighting.
We light this chalice for the web of life which sustains us, for the sacred circle of life in which we have our being, and for the earth, the sky, above and below, and for our Mother Earth, and for the mystery.
Claire and Samuel, please join us for the call to worship.
If you would please take your gray hymnals and turn to 534. It will also be on the screen if you prefer to look at our call to worship there. Number 534 in the back. So we have some marvelous leaders here to read the bold print. And if you, the congregation, would respond in the italicized print. And we'll begin with Claire.
Gloria.
The tenacity of earth and its creatures.
These children will go on. Kyrie eleison.
These children will go on to say what we cannot. Baruch atah Adonai, the ordinary tenacity of plants and people. The center of the universe, which is everywhere, not the least place in the human heart.
Hallelujah.
Love that survives anger and winter and despair and sorrow and even death.
Shalom.
Love that persists. Nam myoho renge kyo. Calm that is the seed in the dark.
Amen.
For endings that are beginnings, for beginnings that are endings. Alleluia. For the circle, the spiral, the web, the egg, the orbit, the center, the seed, the flower, the fruit, the opening, the death, the release, the seed.
Amen.
We are going on.
Amen.
It is going on.
Amen.
Blessed be. Thank you to all of our young leaders, including I feel that way a lot. Our opening hymn can also be found in the gray hymnal and on the screen, number 61. Lo, the earth awakes again. As you are able, I invite you to stand. want to invite those who are participating in the new member ceremony to please come forward.
Good morning. Great. So today we honor our newest members and their decision to join our congregation. We have several wonderful people who have expressed the desire to join with our Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of the Emerald Coast. So as it happens, we have just one such wonderful person with us today. And Cal Adams, would you please stand up? I also want to read the names of the folks who will sign with a little less pomp and circumstance. They'll just sign in the room. But our other people who want to join as soon as they can but couldn't be here today are Doc and Kathy Klauser, Savannah Lowe, and Rachel Conway, and they have a little baby or toddler, Amelia. So give a big hug and thank you to them. Welcome when you see them next. So, Cal, we encourage you to share your creative thoughts, your vital experiences in life, your doubts, your dreams about what our lives together can be.
It is a joy to welcome you as a member into our fellowship. Becoming a member of this faith community is an important step, a first step of many. I encourage you to grow your religious life and to explore and share your unique gifts. Will you journey together with us, celebrating the joys and embracing the responsibilities of membership, including the sharing of your time, your talents, and your resources? If you agree, please say, I do.
Ours is a shared ministry to help each other find meaning in life and to build a just and compassionate world, working to fulfill the vision and the mission of our fellowship. We invite Cal to sign the book on the next line there. You go right ahead. And as Jane mentioned, our absent new members will sign at a later time. And we have some gifts for Cal.
Everyone, our newest member, Cal Adams.
We're not quite ready yet. So members of the UUFEC, will you reach out to this wonderful person and the others in friendship, including them in our activities and our fellowship? Will you walk with them on their religious journey? Will you be open to their unique gifts and perspectives? Will you extend a warm welcome to each of them, remembering that each of you was once a new member? And if you would respond up there or in your program. Yes, we renew our membership commitments and join our strengths, talents, and resources with yours. You are a part of us, and we are a part of you. Welcome. And let's give Cal one more round of applause. Oh, that's we're going to invite all the children to come forward now. Bunnies and chickens and babies. Oh my. You're also welcome, Sam. So this morning, because this is a multi-generational service, we want to be sure that all of you get a chance to share your joys and your concerns. And rather than having a traffic jam up here at the microphone, we thought we would do that now. So who would like to share something great that's happened or something not so great that you want support for? And I'll hand you the mic.
Chickens are awesome.
Chickens are awesome. That sounds like a joy. Yes?
Bunnies are awesome.
Buddies are awesome. Oh, sorry. Bunnies are awesome. All right. Other joys or concerns? Yes?
Tortoises are awesome.
Tortoises are also awesome.
I'm Batman. I live in the shadow.
Not sure what that was, but we'll take that as a joy. Anybody else? A joy or a concern you want to share? Yes? That's okay. That's all right. Anyone else who hasn't gone? You want to share something? Yes?
Squirrels are cute.
Squirrels are cute. All right, one more time, Julie.
I'm not very comfortable with movies that have people shooting people in them.
That is a concern, movies where they're shooting. Yeah, I'm concerned about that too. Hang on. Shh. I want to hear everybody. A joy or a concern? Pass. Okay. And all right. Well, now for the joys and concerns expressed and anything that you thought about but you didn't say or think about now, I'm going to ask everybody to stand up and line up, and you can put one pebble in the water and then return to your seat. You can return to sit with your parents. Nope. Go sit with your parents. All right, let's keep moving. Need to sit with your folks. Need to sit with your folks. Come on, too bad. Well done. All right, Holly.
Time for sharing of joys and concerns. This is a sacred time for sharing personal events by dropping a pebble into the bowl of water silently or by speaking very briefly into the microphone so we may support one another
So, days of celebration do not erase the pain and suffering that is going on in the world, and we know that. So we bring a lot with us, a lot of joy and a lot of pain. Let us spend just a moment of silence together, silence mitigated by the enthusiasm of our children. We're so glad to have them here. And then I will close us with just a few words. We come today seeking joy, the joy of the rebirth of springtime, the joy of new young life, the joy of just being able to get out of bed one more time. There is much to celebrate. And we also come burdened with sadness and loss and pain. We bring our own, and we bring that on behalf of others. Let us continue to seek the ways that we can each and that we can together help to make the world a better place, to fight for justice, and to comfort where there is hurt. It is easy to feel helpless in such a big world, but there is much we can do. We are none of us alone, and we remember now the strength of being in community. Amen. Shalom. Blessed be.
Joy and sorrow are but two sides of the very same coin. After our song of dedication, our children will take up the offering. Generosity is a spiritual practice. Our fellowship is supported by our pledges and donations. If you are paying your pledge with a check, please note so in the memo line. Our Share the Plate partner this month is Shelter House. All cash and checks with Share the Plate or STP in the memo line will be equally shared with this local charity. This charity responds to the enormous problem of domestic violence by providing shelter, intervention, and primary prevention programs through education, awareness, and advocacy for social change. Please give generously.
A rabbi, a goddess, and a large rabbit walk into a Unitarian Universalist fellowship and are received with kindness, welcome, curiosity, and, of course, coffee and hummus. Happy Easter, everyone. What a strange and wonderful day of celebration. It all began the ending of the life of a great rabbi named Jesus of Nazareth, who lived and died a very long time ago. Several centuries later, the followers of Rabbi Jesus' teachings adopted the name Easter for their annual celebration, probably borrowed from the name of a goddess of springtime renewal. A few centuries after that, people began hard-boiling and coloring eggs to include in the feast of Easter. The hare, or bunny, an animal of strong reproductive prowess, became associated with springtime rebirth, and over more centuries morphed into the Easter bunny, distributing colored eggs and treats on the special day. The ancient texts about the figure of Jesus of Nazareth, itinerant Jewish rabbi and prophet, make a very compelling tale. There are some interesting stories about Rabbi Jesus' childhood, like the time he wasn't paying attention and wandered off during a family visit to the temple. His parents were frantic, and when they finally found him and scolded him for getting lost, he mouthed off like most teenagers when they get caught breaking the rules. When he was grown, Jesus left the family carpentry business to become a traveling rabbi teacher. He agonized about the suffering and struggles of many people, and he wanted to help them have better lives. Rabbi Jesus wanted the rich to help the poor and the able to help the disabled. He wanted everyone to love God and to faithfully follow the teachings of their Jewish religion. He also preached new ideas of love for all people and a breaking down of social barriers like gender and class. He loved a good party. He once turned 120 gallons of water into the best wine anyone had ever tasted. And he always took care of his friends, even washing the desert sand off their feet. The ancient Romans were in charge where Jesus lived, and they worried about how much influence Rabbi Jesus seemed to have because many people listened eagerly to his new ideas. So the powerful leaders decided Rabbi Jesus was too dangerous, and they arrested, tortured, and executed him. This is actually written down in the Roman historical record. Rabbi Jesus' friends were devastated and didn't know what to do. When someone you love dies, it hurts so much. It's hard to think clearly, to make plans, to figure out what to do next. A few days later, some women who were close friends of Rabbi Jesus hiked out to the cave where his body had been placed to complete a meaningful ritual for care of the dead. The ancient sacred text known as the Gospel according to Mark tells in chapter 16 that when the women arrived, the huge stone covering the cave entrance had been moved aside and the tomb was empty. A strange man appeared and told them that Rabbi Jesus wasn't there. The women were totally freaked out and ran away in fear and amazement. Well, that is a strange story, which raises many questions. Followers of Rabbi Jesus' teachings have been discussing these questions for 20 centuries and still don't agree on some of them. What happened to the body of Rabbi Jesus? How do we make sense of the strange stories of his appearances to his friends? What happens to us when our bodies die? What does it all mean? Humans were asking questions about life and death long before Rabbi Jesus walked the earth, and have continued to explore these complex ideas through many religious traditions. Followers of Rabbi Jesus adopted the name Christian and shared his teachings across many countries through the years. Those powerful ideas got mixed in with other religious and cultural traditions, which shaped how Easter is celebrated today. According to the Encyclopedia Mythica, in ancient Anglo-Saxon myth, the goddess Ostara is the personification of the rising sun. In that capacity, she is associated with the spring and is considered to be a fertility goddess. She is the friend of all children, and to amuse them, she changed her pet bird into a rabbit. This rabbit brought forth brightly colored eggs, which the goddess gave to the children as gifts. From her name and rites, the festival of Easter is derived. The spring goddess was associated with the hare or rabbit, a symbol of fertility and abundance. And eggs have long been symbols of renewal because of their round, endless shape filled with the promise of life. As the ideas of Rabbi Jesus were told and retold, they became entangled with other stories, like those about the goddess who brought the warmth of spring back after the cold of winter. From ancient times and the earliest human practices of farming, people could see life and death happen over and over in predictable cycles. Put a seed in the dirt, well, the sun will shine on it, add water, and wait. The seed sprouts, the plant grows, produces seeds, withers, and dies. All that is necessary to resurrect that flower or grain is to plant one of its seeds under similar conditions. The planting of seeds is done in the spring. The rain and sun do their part to nourish those seeds as they sprout and grow over the summer. And in the fall, the plants produce their fruits or grains. Humans take or harvest those fruits, and the rest of the plant dies, leaving only seeds behind. The earth goes to sleep for the winter, and in the spring it starts all over again. This cycle of life to death to life again echoes in the strange story of Jesus of Nazareth. While Rabbi Jesus lived and died many centuries ago, his radical message of love for our neighbors lives on season after season, and we remember it today alongside the gifts of springtime, renewal, and rebirth. Rabbits don't really lay eggs, but the Easter Bunny brings us laughter, treats, and the reminder that every ending is also a beginning. I wonder why the Easter platypus never caught on. Amen. Shalom. Blessed be.
We can find whispers of wilderness, seeds of hope, and may radical love be spread like wildflowers. Wildflowers are the gift that the children present to you today. Wildflowers bloom amidst adversity and uncertainty. They remind us to seek light and meaning even in the darkest of times and circumstances. Please receive this gift.
closing hymn is O Kindred Son. We have taken the binary language out of the hymn text, so you will need to look on the screen. And we'll sing both verses. Our closing hymn. Oh, it's in the hymn. Oh, brother, son. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. As you are able, I invite you to stand. O kindred son, you bring us light, all shining round in fiery might. O sibling moon, you heal and bless, your beauty shines in tenderness. A kindred wind, you sweep the hills, your mighty breath freshens and fills. A cause and water, you cleanse and thaw, grow rivers and streams in ice and snow. O kindred fire, you warm our night with all your dancing colored light. O Mother Earth, you feed the things, all birds of creatures, all scales and wings. O death in eyes no longer see, you take us into a mystery. O Spirit of life, we give you praise for all your creatures, for all your ways. Please be seated.
Julian and Helena, please come to extinguish the chalice.
It becomes more. When we take fire from our chalice, it does not become less, it becomes more. So we extinguish our chalice, but we take its light and warmth with us, multiplying their power by all lives and sharing it with the world.
Let's give a hand to all our children who helped today. My friends, life is a mess. It just is. But today is a day of celebration, a celebration of new starts, of endings and beginnings, and of all the possibility that lies before us. Let us take the joy with us. Let us go in peace. Amen. And Our postlude has already happened, so we're going to say we're done here. Does Athena want to come up and hit the chime one more time? Actually, let's give Julie a chance. That's fine. Come on, Julie. Come on, Julie. Athena, you want to too? Okay. Everybody, come up. Have a shout. Why not? Okay. Next. I'm going to step up. There you go. Here's your mallet, and you hit that right there. Excellent. And one more time. Nope. This.